First of all, thanks for staying. And I know this is Florida State week in football, and that baseball player that's playing quarterback for Florida State's pretty good. And I'm excited about the game. But we've been into fall practice for a week, and very excited about that. We've got some key returning guys, and our recruiting class was ranked fourth or sixth in the nation, depending on the poll that you looked at. I think the last 3 or 4 years is the first time we've kind of got a break in the draft, and some of the guys went to school. And I think the new system in professional baseball is kind of setting it up where more guys are going to go to school because of the slot system and how much they're paying them. And we've done that. Probably the two guys, Zach Collins and Johnny Ruiz, have probably been the most impressive guys in the first week as far as swinging the bat with our rookies. Our returning players, the game starts with pitching. We got our entire pitching rotation back with B-Rad and Diaz is our 1A and 1B. I'm not sure which one switch. And Suarez threw yesterday. It's the best I've ever seen him throw. He's coming off surgery. Got hurt his really a senior year of high school. Had surgery here as a freshman. And so it's this. He was sitting on 93, 94 all day yesterday, and I felt like for the first time he's probably back as far as his velocity. He was very excited. And then of course we got Salas back was our number 4 starter. So you got all those guys back, and I feel really good about our rotation, and that's a big part. But we got a lot of hitters back too, position players with Kennedy behind the plate and Lopez at short and Del Carey in center. That makes us pretty solid. Up to middle, Hernandez at second. But we got some freshmen that are pushing them, which is good. And they're battling every day from that point. Our strength of our team, without question, is our pitching, in particular our starting pitching. And we do have some returning players, position player-wise, that I think we're good defensively. Our biggest question mark is who's our closer going to be, and which is a big question. In college baseball, Major League Baseball, if you don't have a good closer, then you don't win big. So we've got a freshman in, Cooper Hammond, that's from Venice, that was a high school All-American, and he's looked really good so far. He's a sidewinder that's thrown good. Last time out, he pitched 3 innings, gave up no hits, struck out 5, and give up no runs. So I don't know. Right now, I had to predict that he might be in that role, but we've got some quality arms in the bullpen. They're freshmen, with that recruiting class being ranked where it was, but it's ranked more because of our hitters than it was our incoming pitchers, I think, because those are the guys that were drafted that went to school. But that's our biggest question, and can we hit? That's a question mark. We got to score runs. You go to practice, and in practice at the end of the day, and the pitching's great, and JD goes home happy, and I worry about the hitting. The next day, the hitters light the pitchers up, and Gino's happy, and I go home unhappy because of the pitching. So either day, I feel like no matter what the game ends up, after practice, I'm concerned about one or the other. But if you got one thing to have to say is your strength, and you say pitching and defense, and I think that's pretty good. It's going to keep you in a lot of games. We just got to hit better, and with our young guys pushing some of these guys and find out how to get some of those hitters in the lineup and stay good defensively. Got a very trying schedule if you've seen it. Yes.
No, I was just going to answer my question with power. I was going to ask kind of where you think that's going to come from. Before, I have to ask you about Winston. I mean, what do you think of him as a baseball player?
I think that he's a first rounder in both sports. He's, it's really hard in baseball to be able to be able to pitch and to hit. And he might be their best pitcher and their best hitter. And by the way, he's playing football too, which is amazing to say he's doing all those things, because we have a very tough time finding a guy that's good enough can do both of those things, hit and pitch. That's a tough thing to say you can do, and then he might be the best quarterback out there. So it's a very unique athlete, and a guy can dominate. Last year when he came down, he played football in the morning. They flew him down on a private plane, and he pitched against us that night, and we didn't score any runs against him. He was good.
And just thinking the first little bit of fall ball here, have you seen improvement in power? How do you feel about that?
There's I should have said probably our most impressive returning hitter is David Thompson, who, as y'all well know, is committed strictly to play baseball. And he's probably been our most impressive hitter at this point. He had a second arm surgery. He didn't want to quit football, but just felt like he couldn't throw. He's still not throwing. He's catching balls and playing third base in inter squad games, but making no throws. By February, he should be fine to be able to throw. But there's not going to be a lot of runs scored. And I know back in the day with the -5 bats, if you guys remember those, we used to put a pitcher in BP behind the left field, left center, center field, right center, right to get the home run balls in batting practice. We don't have to even go after them now because we may take BP and we might hit one ball out. I do think that they've got a study out that they want to use the minor league baseball to replace the college baseball. And for people to know, college baseball is a high seam. I didn't ever think about this, but the ball, when you hit it, spins backwards off the bat, and with the wind resistance, with the high seams, they did a study, and it affects the distance by about 30 feet on a fly ball. So a ball that hits on the warning track is 20 feet out of the ballpark. And I'm hoping that we switch to that minor league baseball. I would say to Major League Baseball, but a minor league baseball is $50 a dozen. A Major League Baseball is $100 a dozen. There's very, very little difference in the two. I don't think the president's going to vote for that, or the athletic directors, because we use 400 dozen baseballs. So it's a significant cost increase if you do it. So that's what I'm hoping to, because we need more scoring in baseball. I thought the College World Series last year was absolutely boring from what I can remember, if you get my gist on that one. But I was laying in bed watching. By that time, I could watch baseball, but it was boring because there was no runs, and it was 1-0, and they probably got that run because somebody walked somebody and they made an error. I mean, so we need more offense. My pitching coach doesn't necessarily agree with that, by the way.
Coach, how does it feel to have Carey? He's been a better employee.
Excuse me?
Dale Carey.
Uh-huh.
How does it feel to have him back there? Especially from a defensive perspective, and he's been, in the program for so long. Just what he provides.
Well, Dale's is a very good athlete that hasn't really progressed as much as we would like for him to with his athletic ability. He stayed here this summer instead of going out and play, and he gained about 20 pounds. He really worked hard in the weight room and running, so he's gained some strength, which he needed to do. And if he cuts down on his strikeouts and makes contacts, he could be outstanding. And that's the thing that he's working on right now. But it's big because he's our best defensive player for sure, and the best thrower out there, and a very popular player too. So he's big on our team, and so to get him back is important for us. We got with that, we had a couple other guys. B-Rad decided to stay, so we got some breaks with the draft. B-Rad decided to stay, and Salas decided to stay. That's two of our starting pitchers. So I'm expecting some good things from this club. I think we're better than we've been the last few years, and the standard's so high that I understand what that means when you say that, because just going to the NCAA tournament, which we've done I think 41 years in a row, is not enough. You need to advance past that level, and it takes a combination of a lot of things to be able to do that. But Dale's an important part for sure. Any other questions? Okay, I appreciate y'all staying. I'll be watching with you guys on Saturday night, and look forward to seeing you in February. Thank you.